Hello everyone, I am Charan, Electronics and Communication Department, first year from Government SKSJTI College, Bangalore. My topic is brief biographical sketch of all the Vice Presidents of India. Coming on to the introduction part, Vice Presidents of India is the second most important authoritative body after the President. The Vice President is also a member of the Parliament of India as the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. The members of the Electoral Committee, which consists of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha members, elect the Vice President. The election of the Vice President is slightly different from the election of the President, as the members of the state legislatures are not part of the Electoral College, but the nominated members of the Rajya Sabha are part of it. Once elected, the Vice President continues in office for a 5-year term, but can continue in office until a successor assumes office irrespective of the expiry of the term. As per Article 65 of the Indian Constitution, he is entitled to take important decisions in certain cases of contingency due to resignation, removal, death, impeachment, or the inability of the President of India to discharge functions. The Vice President of India, after the President, is the highest dignitary of India. When the Vice President acts as or discharge the functions of the President, he or she immediately ceases to perform the normal functions of being the chairman of the Council of States. Now we'll take a look at some of the qualifications one must require to be Vice President of India. He must be a citizen of India and should be aged above 35 years. He must be eligible for election as a member of the Rajya Sabha. He must not be a member of the Rajya Sabha at the time of the election of Vice President of India. He should not hold any office of profit under the government of India or any state government. Briefly about each and every Vice President of India. Number one on the list is Sarvepalli Radhakrishna. He served as the first Vice President of India and his tenure spanned between 1952 to 1962 for about 10 years. He was an Indian philosopher, academic, and statesman. In the memory of his birthday, we celebrate Teachers' Day across India. And the second person on the list is Zakir Hussain. His tenure spanned between 1962 to 1967 for about 5 years. He was the second Vice President of India. He was nominated as a member of the upper house of Indian Parliament in 1956. He was elected as President of India on 13 May 1967. Third person on the list is Varahagiri Venkatagiri. He was elected as the third Vice President of India on 13 May 1967, a post he held for nearly 2 years till 3 May 1969. Between 1937 to 1939, he was Minister for Labour and Industry in the Congress government, headed by C. Rajagopalachari. He was the first Vice President to not complete his full term in the office on account of being elevated to the office of the President and was the third Vice President to be elected to the presidency. Fourth person on the list is Gopal Swarup Padak. His tenure spanned between 1969 to 1974 for about 5 years. He was the fourth Vice President of India. He was the first Indian Vice President not to succeed his superior as President. Coming on to the fifth person on the list is Basappa Dhanappa Chetty. He was the fifth Vice President of India, serving from 1974 to 1979. He was acting as President of India from 11 February to 25 July 1977. During 1958 to 62, he served as Chief Minister of Mysore State. And the sixth person is Muhammad Hidayatullah. His tenure spanned between 1979 to 1984 for about 5 years. He was the sixth Vice President of India. He was the 11th Chief Justice of India, serving from 25 February 1968 to 16 December 1970. He became the only person to have served in all three offices of Chief Justice of India, President of India, and the Vice President of India. Coming on to the seventh person, it is Ramaswamy Venkataraman. He served as the seventh Vice President of India from 1984 to 1987 for about 3 years. He was a member of the Constitution Assembly that drafted India's constitution. He also served as President of India starting 1987, where he worked with the four prime ministers and appointed three of them, VP Singh, Chandrasekhar, and PV Narasimha Rao during his 5-year term, which saw the advent of coalition politics in India. Coming on to the 8%, it is Shankar Dayal Sharma. He had been the 8th Vice President of India, serving under R. Venkataraman. His tenure spanned between 1987 to 1992 for about 5 years. He was also the Chief Minister of Bhopal State and Cabinet Minister, holding the portfolios of education, law, public works, industry and commerce, national resources, and separate revenue. He was the ninth President of India, serving from 1992 to 1997. And the ninth person on the list is K.R. Narayanan. He was the ninth Vice President of India. His tenure spanned between 1992 to 1997 for about 5 years. He went on to become president in 1997. He was the first member of the Dalit community to hold the post. He became the first Indian president to vote when in office, setting another new president. And the 10th person on the list is Krishnan Kant. He was the 10th Vice President of India from 1997 until his death. He was governor of Andhra Pradesh from 1992 to 1997. He took part in the Indian independence movement as youth and continued to be involved in politics, eventually being elected to Parliament of India. And the 11th person on the list is Byron Singh Shekhawat. He was the 11th Vice President of India. His tenure spanned between 2002 to 2007 for about 5 years. He became the first Vice President to lose the presidential election. And next one is Muhammad Hamid Ansari. He served as the 12th Vice President of India from 2007 to 2017 for about 10 years. He was elected as the Vice President of India on 10 August 2007 and took office on 11 August 2007. He was chairman of the National Commission for Minorities from 2006 to 2007. And the next person on the list is M. Venkaiah Naidu. He was the 13th Vice President of India from 2007 to 2022. His tenure spanned between 2017 to 2022 for about 5 years. He served as the Minister of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, Urban Development and Information and Broadcasting in the Modi cabinet. And the 14th person on the list is Jagdeep Dhankar, who is the current Vice President of India, who took charge as Vice President on 11th August 2002 and continuing till date. He has previously served as the Governor of West Bengal, Minister of State Parliamentary Affairs, and as a member of both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha.